Sophie Sierra from 90 Day. The Last Resort has achieved impressive business success after experiencing financial difficulties with Rob Warren. She came to the United States to build a future with Rob. Sophie did her best to make things work, but ended up having to ask for basic needs from her husband. Previously, Sophie claimed that she had struggled a lot financially with Rob. She claimed that she had no belongings or money, and Rob still wouldn't buy her food or clothes. Sophie and Rob's relationship is now seemingly falling apart in 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. Sophie is no longer reliant on Rob for financial support. She has achieved several new career milestones in the United States since her last appearance on TV. In early 2025, Sophie launched her own business selling waist trainers, which garnered a lot of support from fans. Sophie shared photos of her orders, discussing how she had gained many customers. Most recently, she celebrated another significant success with her new business. Sophie posted a picture of herself wearing one of her waist trainers, announcing that all her products had sold out. Sophie wrote, "Thank you so much for all the support," and mentioned that she would be restocking soon. What Sophie's recent business success means for her future. Sophie has discovered how to capitalize on her fame. Sophie faced numerous challenges in her troubled relationship with Rob. Therefore, it is heartwarming to see her regain control of her life and achieve significant financial goals. When Sophie initially appeared on TV, she introduced herself as an ambitious girl who belonged to a wealthy family. However, it didn't take long for Sophie to reveal that she wasn't wealthy herself and faced similar challenges to others her age. She also shared that she had grand dreams and attempted various new ideas to leverage her reality TV fame to earn more money. Over the past few months, Sophie has tried to elevate her career as an influencer to the next level. Initially, she created her account on OnlyFans and invited fans to connect with her on a more personal level. Sophie gained widespread recognition on the adult content creation platform, accumulating over 20,000 likes on her 186 posts. In late 2024, Sophie ventured into Twitch, amassing over 2,200, though she faced challenges in becoming a prominent streamer. Sophie's latest business success marks her most significant financial milestone since her debut on reality TV. Our take on Sophie achieving huge business success. Sophie has established trust with her followers. It's impressive to see Sophie making money by selling her waist trainers. Unlike many other cast members, she made the right decision by building a fitness-oriented business. Sophie understood her audience and found her niche. She loves going to the gym and staying in shape, which is why most of her fans admire her physical appearance and trust her opinion on waist trainers. Sophie has showcased the results of her waist trainers on social media, so it isn't surprising that the 90 Day, The Last Resort star sold out her products within a few weeks of launching her business. Sophie Sierra, rising from the ashes. Sophie Sierra had never imagined that her life would take such a dramatic turn. When she first came to the United States to be with Rob Warren, she envisioned a bright future filled with love, adventure, and stability. However, reality struck hard. Financial struggles, emotional turmoil, and a sense of helplessness clouded her existence. She had left behind everything she knew, only to find herself pleading for the most basic necessities from a man who was supposed to be her partner in life. Now, as she stood in her newly furnished office, surrounded by racks of waist trainers with her name elegantly embroidered on them, Sophie could hardly believe how far she had come. The boxes stacked neatly against the wall were labeled "Sold Out," a testament to her determination and the unwavering support of her fans. She traced her fingers over the silky material of her latest collection and smiled. "You did this, Sophie," she whispered to herself. "You made it." The breaking point. Sophie had always been ambitious. Growing up, she had dreams of becoming an entrepreneur, of building something that was truly hers. But love had a way of derailing even the most determined hearts. When she met Rob, she thought he was her soulmate. Their relationship was passionate, but it lacked stability. The financial struggles became unbearable when she realized that she had nothing to call her own. She was relying on Rob for everything, and he, in turn, offered little to nothing. The final straw came one evening when Sophie had to ask Rob for money to buy groceries. "You always need something," Rob muttered, barely looking up from his phone. Tears of frustration burned in Sophie's eyes. "I don't have anything, Rob. I came here for us. I left everything behind." "You should have planned better," he shot back coldly. That night, Sophie lay awake, staring at the ceiling, realization washing over her like a tidal wave. She had to regain control of her life. She couldn't wait for someone to save her. She had to save herself. The hustle begins. Determined, Sophie explored every avenue to gain financial independence. She started by leveraging her social media presence, engaging more with her followers, and finding ways to monetize her content. Her OnlyFans account gained traction almost immediately. People were drawn to her charisma, her raw honesty, and the way she carried herself despite everything she had been through. Her popularity surged, and with it, so did her income. Encouraged by her initial success, Sophie ventured into Twitch. Gaming had always been a hobby, and she found joy in live streaming. Though the competition was fierce, she remained persistent, steadily building a loyal community of supporters. But it wasn't enough. Sophie wanted more. She wanted something tangible, something she could build and watch grow. Finding her niche. One afternoon, as she scrolled through her messages, a recurring theme caught her attention. Fans were constantly asking about her fitness routine, her diet, and most importantly, how she maintained her figure. A light bulb went off in Sophie's head. Fitness had always been a passion of hers. What if she turned that passion into a business? Waist trainers had been a part of her routine for years, and she truly believed in their effectiveness. What if she created her own brand, one that she could stand behind with confidence? Sophie wasted no time. She researched suppliers, designed prototypes, and even wore her products in her own workouts to test their durability and comfort. Her first launch was nerve-wracking. What if no one bought them? What if she failed? But the moment she posted her first product, orders flooded in. Within days, she had sold out. The success was overwhelming, and for the first time in a long time, Sophie felt powerful. Overcoming doubts and challenges. Not everyone was supportive. Skeptics claimed that she was only successful because of her reality TV fame. Critics accused her of capitalizing on a superficial industry. But Sophie knew the truth. She had worked tirelessly to build something from the ground up. Balancing her business with her public persona wasn't easy. She spent late nights packing orders, handling customer service, and brainstorming new product ideas. There were moments of doubt, moments when she questioned if she could handle it all. But then she would remember the feeling of being trapped, of relying on someone who didn't care whether she had food to eat. She was never going back to that place. The moment of triumph. Months passed, and Sophie's business continued to grow. She expanded her product line, hired a small team, and even started collaborating with fitness influencers. The day she saw her brand name trending on social media, she knew she had truly made it. She was no longer just a reality TV star. She was an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and a woman who had fought for her independence and won. As she sat in her office, staring at the success she had built, a notification popped up on her phone. It was a message from Rob. "Hey, heard about your business. Congrats, maybe we should talk." Sophie smirked and set her phone down without responding. She had already made peace with the past. Her future was far too bright to look back now.